All right, what's going on, team? Coming to you live here. We're gonna review NBA slate today. We're gonna go over a couple MLB games. So what I'm gonna give you guys, I'm gonna give you a couple MLB games. Give me my leans, my takes, and where we're going. OTB Spreads prediction show coming to you live here. All right, beautiful sunny day out here in Washington D.C. We're gonna get to it, and we're gonna make some money. That's what we're gonna do. NBA playoffs, no more handicapping. Um, no more handicapping injuries, no more handicapping tank jobs, no more, none of that. It is pure basketball. We got to see that last night. We were on the right side with Miami. We had the +7 in our pocket. So that was our lock of the day out of NBA. We were also on the Suns. It was sad to see them go down the way they did. I mean, they fought back and got into that game, and then they took a commanding lead, and then they went on like a 15-5 run to close out the game. The Portland Trailblazers did to beat them. They couldn't stop Denny. I mean, Denny had hung 41 on him. You can't beat a team when you let a guy score 40 on you. Very, very rarely do you see a team win when someone hangs 40 on them. It's very rare when you see a guy have a 40-point game and they're on the losing side. And it was almost the case, but Denny just he outperformed him. Devin Booker didn't step up. Jalen Green did his part. Dylan Brooks fouled out the game. I mean, that was a big part of it. I think that last bucket at the end of regulation, Dylan Brooks is on Denny there. I don't think that is, he gets isolated like that, and I think he's strong enough that Denny doesn't get to bully his way into the paint like that. And we were on the right side for the Miami Heat, on the wrong side for the Suns. I can live with that. We were in profit yesterday. We crushed soccer, Barcelona, PSG. We had the Rays on the lock as well. So had a really solid day yesterday. We went 3-1 on our top plays on the VIP gold plays, as well as obviously the brand of Big Baller. So we're gonna get into it now. If you want my premium plays, the link is in the bio, in the description. You can go to my Instagram, on the ball spreads. You can click the description down below. I have all my links posted. You can get my premium plays for today, guys. It is tax day. Let's get you paid and let's run it up. All right, guys, as you can see here, I'm going to dive into this for you. We got Orlando up first, going up against the 76ers. Look, I think we're all waiting. When is the Orlando Magic going to start looking like the team we thought they were? A defensive presence, a great defensive presence team, strong big guards, strong athletic big men, versus 76ers team that has probably some of the top guard play in the East. Both these teams have same win records. That's why we're getting to see them tonight in the play-in. I like Orlando here in the spot on the money line. Give me the plus money with the value. I know they've let us down in a lot of spots, but I think what we see tonight is a commanding Orlando Magic defense. They rebound the ball well. They make some shots. Let's see if these guards can be guards because they're going up against three really good guards here in Maxey, Edgecombe, and Paul George. Now, this is going to be the biggest test for the Magic. Can they step up and win this thing here, on the money line? I don't think the 2 points makes a difference here. I think the Magic either come out here and they win this thing outright, or they get blown out. I think there's no in between on this game. It's one way or the other. So in this instance, I would say we're going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers or the Orlando Magic. Philadelphia 76ers either win by a mile or the Orlando Magic squeeze this thing out and win on the money line. I like my chances here on the Orlando Magic. That's the side I'm going to lean today on the money line at plus 106. I think Paulo Banchero has a great game. I think his PRA is alive and active. As you can see over here, they got Justin Edwards for 7 points. I'm not going to take this one here on that. That's on the DFS side. Let's see what they got on the prop side. They got Quentin Grimes on the PRA for 15.5 on the over. This number might be a little bit inflated because of that little stretch there towards the end of the season where everybody was hurt. He was pumping numbers up. I'm not sure how many minutes Quentin Grimes will get tonight out of this matchup. But if you guys want blowout alert, guys, go grab it. This is the free screen. So this is what the free screen would look like. You can always upgrade here to elite status. It'll unlock everything, including the first basket generator last night is what we hit. It's a pro feature. What we hit on last night, we hit on a Jalen Green and LaMelo Ball first basket based off of that first basket score generator. I played 3 first baskets, and out of the 3 that I played, one of them hit. And look, I I bet $300 on 3 first basket parlays, and I ended up winning over 6,500. So 6,400 in profit. So that's how easy it is. And it gave me 10 guys and I took 6 of them. So guys, that's pretty much the basis of it. Make better, clear decisions, better analytics, better data. And that's where we're at on it. So we're gonna go Orlando Magic here. I told you guys, I think Paulo Banchero's PRA is definitely alive and active tonight, something to keep an eye on. And then if you wanted to look at maybe like VEJ Edgecomb for 2 threes, that might be another good spot. All right, guys, I'm going to jump into this one because I want to cover MLB as well. So I'm not going to sit here all day and go through the props. If you wanted props, just go ahead. Like I said, slide on over here, sign up for free. You're going to be able to see a couple props. Like it says Santos for PRA 18.5. I do like that play. I think Santos is good for about 10 to 12 points a night. He should get you a couple rebounds and maybe an assist or two. I do think that's a good prop there. Santos, I like that. So it's a side to look at and lean. You can always upgrade to pro, guys, and then unlock all the props and see where we're at. And you can always click on the little dollar signs here, guys, right at the top. Those would be unlocked and it would take you in and you would see all of their data. And it's just amazing. So once again, we went Orlando Magic on the money line. They're getting 2 points as well if you wanted the +2 in your pocket. I don't think that's going to be relevant. They either are competitive and win or they get blown out. In this game here, Intuit Dome, this is a tricky one because the Clippers are significantly better at home than they are on the road. Same with the Warriors. They're really bad on the road, 15 and 26, and the Clippers are very good at home. But this is the thing. Kristaps Porzingis is playing tonight. Steph Curry is playing tonight. This team gave the Clippers a pretty hard time in the first half the last time they played, as well as the last 2 times they've played. They gave the Clippers a hard time in the first half, honestly. Clippers have won both matchups, but this is a playoff environment, a playoff setting with Steph Curry, with Kristaps Porzingis, with Draymond Green, the Santos guy, Melton, Porzingis. All these guys are playing really good ball. And the question is, this is win or go home for the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. This is win or go home. Now, I'm hesitant to say that the Clippers are going to lose at home with Kawhi in the lineup, with Darius Garland, with John Collins, with Chris Dunn, Benedict Mathurin. They have the better guard play, in my opinion. They have the better defense, in my opinion. They have the home court advantage. Look, they've got some good shooters on this Golden State Warriors team. They got one of the greatest. They got the greatest shooter of all time in Steph Curry. Draymond Green and Kristaps Porzingis should bring that veteran leadership, as well as Al Horford. He will be a go tonight, it looks like, right? And so you got 3 really good veterans there on that side of the ball. And the Clippers don't have a great down low presence. We know that Brooks Lopez doesn't want to bang. John Collins is athletic, but I mean, he's not much of a down low presence. I mean, they're better on the perimeter than they are interior. And I think that's where they could find an advantage tonight, the Golden State Warriors. I want the +5.5 in my pocket. I'm not sure they win this thing outright on the money line, but I would say look at the alt line to like maybe +6.5, +7 on the Warriors. I feel good with the +5.5 as well if that's where you wanted to go. But yeah, I think the edge is to the Warriors on the spread, like we saw last night with the Heat. The Heat kept it within the number. I think we see the same thing here in an elimination game with the Golden State Warriors. They keep it within inside the number here in the Intuit Dome. Clippers may find the edge here and win on the money line, but if I'm going to be betting this and putting my money on a side, I want the +5.5 in my pocket here with the Golden State Warriors. All right, let's look to have Steph Curry have a big game tonight. This is kind of one of his last stands. You know what I mean? The 10th seed here. This team's kind of slipping away from him. I think we see a great Steph Curry game tonight. I think we see 5 threes, 25 points. Let's see where we shake out. All right, guys, that's the slate right there for the NBA. I'm going Magic plus money on the money line, and then I am going to go uh, the Golden State Warriors +5.5 on the spread, and that's where it'll shake out. I do think that potentially the Clippers may edge this thing out and win at home, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Warriors pull an upset as well, just because they have one of the greatest players in the last, maybe ever. He's top 5 for me. Steph Curry's a top 5 player ever for me, so I will say that. He's the greatest point guard to ever live. You can argue with me all day, Allen Iverson, Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, whoever you want to say. They're not better than Steph Curry. Steph Curry changed a generation. So I'll leave it at that. And guys, jumping on into MLB, here we go. I'm going to jump into MLB. We're going to load it up, see where we get it. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. MLB. I am only going to cover, this is a full slate. I'm only going to cover a couple games here. Obviously, we've already got the first couple games rolling, these first three there. So we can start with the Royals and the Tigers if we wanted to. Lugo's on the mound. Lugo hasn't been pitching that great. Tigers lineup hasn't been hitting that great. But I think Lugo's in a gettable spot today. These Tigers bounce back. They still have really good hitters in that lineup, like Kerry Carpenter, Torkelson, Riley Green, Colt Keith. So they've Keith, is it Keith Colt or Colt Keith? I can't fucking remember. But yeah, they've got some really good hitters nonetheless in that lineup. So if I want my money anywhere, it's the Tigers at home. Give me the Tigers at home. Or you could look at the over, as I think this will be a little bit more of a higher scoring game. So Tigers at home. That's where I'm going to put my money line, and keep it moving. All right, guys. So sorry, clearing my throat on you guys. Oh, maybe a little bit of the allergies out here today. I just want to scroll on down here to the Chicago Cubs Phillies game where we got Emanyaga and Luzardo on the mound today. I really like the Cubs here in the spot. Luzardo has played really well this year. He has pitched the ball fantastic. He hasn't looked bad in any spot this year that he has started. And maybe I'm talking myself off of the correct side here, but I think the hitters showed us something the last couple days, especially yesterday with the Cubs. But we knew they were going up against Nola. Nola's not the best pitcher in the staff. Luzardo's a much better pitcher here. But Emanyaga is very, very good for the Cubs. He gets a lot of ground balls and flyouts. I think that's exactly where you want to be, especially on the ground ball side of things, where he's keeping that contact, not as sharp, where he's keeping that contact not as sharp, and keeping the barrel rate low for these big Philly hitters. So I think today they find a way to keep this game a little bit lower scoring than what it's projected, and they find a way to sneak a win here on the money line for the Cubs at plus money. That's where I'm at. I believe that they win this thing outright by a run or two. All right, and you could give it a look as well at the run line plus 1.5 Cubs. That's another spot you could look. All right, up next, we got the Angels going into New York, taking on the Yankees. Look, I like the Yankees here. Yankees minus 1.5. For me, this seems like a fairly easy play. Look, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Kachanowski, this guy, he's not a great pitcher. You can just look at his strikeouts. I mean, he relies a lot on ground balls, relies a lot on flyouts. You don't want to get yourself in a position, and I know Luis Gill's nothing to write home about, but you don't want to get yourself in a position where you're relying on those type of flyouts and ground balls against this Yankees team. And I know the Yankees team hasn't hit the ball all that well this year. They only got a couple guys that even have hit multiple home runs on the team. It's pretty much Judge has been carrying them on the games that they've won. Now, the Angels, on the other hand, have really been hitting the ball well. It's been their bullpen and their starting pitcher rotation that has really held them back from winning more games. So, with that said, I think that's the same scenario we see today. I think we do see a little bit of scoring in this game, but I like I like the over here on the total, but I also like the New York Yankees minus 1.5 to get the win because of a poor start and an early lead, and they just kind of keep chipping away and pull ahead. I think the final score on this thing will be ultimately around 7-9. I think we see a really high scoring game in this one at Yankee Stadium tonight. Okay, that's where I'm at on that one, guys. I'm going to give you two more games tonight. I'm going to go on down here to the late games so you have something to take a look at here. We're going to go into the Rangers versus the Oakland Athletics. Kumar Rocker versus JT Ginn on the starting side. JT Ginn hasn't had a lot of starts this year. He's been more on the mid relief rotation. I like JT Ginn a lot, man. He's got really good stats so far from what we've seen from him. I think he comes out tonight and has another really good game. I think he's good for 4 to 5 strikeouts. I would chalk him up for 5. I think he's going to be good for 5. I like the Oakland A's here in this spot on the money line. They're hitters from Nick Kurtz to Shea Langeliers to Lawrence Butler. They've got a lot of really talented hitters in that lineup. I'm not going to be the one to be on the opposite side here tonight. I know the Texas Rangers do as well, but Kumar Rocker is definitely gettable for these Oakland A hitters, and JT Ginn is good enough to keep this game lower scoring through the first 5. I like for through the first 5. Give me the Oakland Athletics and the A's on the money line through 9. All right, that's where I'm at on that one, guys. And then lastly, last game of the night, Dodgers Mets. They're in Dodger Stadium here. You got Clay Holmes going up against Ohtani. Ohtani has been phenomenal at pitching the last really back half of last year, and then every start he's had this year, he's looked fantastic. He had 7 strikeouts last game. I think he has 6 tonight. I think 6 is the number he ends with. He's going to command the play. He's going to keep this thing lower scoring. I think the under is in play here. It's set at 7.5, over under. I do believe this is a lower scoring game. I don't ever want to bet against the Dodgers to go under, so I won't be betting the under here, because you never know with these big hitters. I mean, they could have 2 guys on base and a guy go yard in an instant, and then there's 3 runs on the board. So I don't want to be on that side on the under 7.5, but I do think this has potential to go that way. If I had to say take a side tonight, I would say it's the -1.5. Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani is not going to give up a lot of runs. He's going to get strikeouts, and if he does give up hits, they're going to be on the ground or a fly out. He's not giving up home runs. He's not walking a lot of guys. So I think Ohtani here in this spot um, plays really well. I feel comfortable that they can get a run or two, and I like the Dodgers on the money line through the first 5 innings, guys. Through the first 5 innings, I like them on the money line. Um, Full game, you could look and lean -1.5. I don't really think there's much value at the -200 on the Dodgers for the full 9. So I would recommend taking the run line if you wanted to play full 9 innings on the Dodgers. But I really like them to have the lead and outright winner on the first 5 innings here today. That's a good look and a good play for me on the Dodgers. All right, guys, that is the show. That is what we've done. That we're wrapped up. So just a quick review with you guys. NBA. I like the Orlando Magic on the money line, and I do like the spread for the Warriors tonight. I think they go in and they stay competitive for the full 4 quarters of the game in Intuit Dome. What we haven't seen from the Warriors this year is the ability to do that. They've hung with the Clippers, but late in the game they've lost leads and got blown out or been pulled away from. I think it's a different story tonight with Porzingis and Curry on the floor. If they can stay healthy and stay out there for the full game, Horford, Curry, Kristaps, it's a position where veteran leadership may come into play against this Clippers team that really only has Kawhi, Chris Dunn, and Mathurin alongside Garland. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at on that. And you all obviously heard my MLB takes. My plays are out now. You can go ahead and click the link in the descriptions. You go there, drop a like, drop a follow, subscribe to the channel. Help me grow this page. You guys helped grow my Instagram last year to 13,000 followers. You helped me grow to over 3,000 subscribers on Winible. I want to do the same here on YouTube. Help me grow to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, 2026. And man, we'll throw a party in New York City or something, man. So let's go ahead, let's get it, let's run it up. Drop in the comments who you think's going to win the NBA championship. Let me know. I want to hear your take. I want to see who you like. And does Steph Curry make your top 5 all time? I don't know, but he does for me. All right, signing off. Book the one way. Let's have a day.